Hey everyone, this is Ray. I just wanted to make a video on how woodworking is bringing me peace after a 40 years of stressful travel and finally getting to retire in this last July. I traveled for 40 years and it was a daunting and challenging task. And a lot of people will fade into retirement, and I really just skid right into it because I wanted to close out everything that I needed. One of the things that, I think is important for the younger people to understand is you're going to give it everything you got. And it definitely pays off in the end as long as you're frugal and you have a good head on your shoulders. But just retiring, I can tell you that the stress that I was under was just unbelievable, unbelievable, and you don't realize it, you're like, "Oh, this is good, I like my job, I like the people I work with, all that good stuff," but the stress is phenomenal. Once you don't have it anymore and the alarm doesn't go off and you're no longer interrupted with phone and email, you have time to actually play with your hobbies and actually pulling out the jig, the right tool for the right job instead of trying to rush it through with a flathead screwdriver. But some of the things that I think are important is now it was before with the weekends. I would rush the jobs, get it done because Sunday's preparing for Monday, and um, it's always been a rush, but now I've got plenty of time to do the things that I want to do. And, some of the things that woodworking is just one of my hobbies, but um, it brings me peace in that I can use my creative edge again and feel like I'm accomplishing something. So, like, one of the things is gift giving. So, everything that I've ever made, and I think I put this on a post. Everything that I've ever made over the last 40 years has been given away as a gift. And there's only so much that you can give away to your family. And one of the things I was thinking of is maybe giving away to retirement homes or VA hospitals or, even schools. But that's the kind of things I'm thinking about. I do like the idea of selling things, but y- we all know that people don't appreciate the amount of time it takes to produce a quality product. And one of those is, YouTube and Instagram, and even back in the day, Norm would uh, make it all look so easy. But we all know that it's not, and that it takes time and patience and the finishing to actually create a product that's worthwhile of giving to someone. But once you've given it to them, now it lasts a lifetime. If it's hanging on a wall 20 years from now and it has my name on it, well, then I've left a presence that well beyond my years. So some of the things I'm thinking about are um, I know that everyone's got challenges, and those challenges, um, need to have some peace. You need to have some resolve. And for me, woodworking is one of the things that does bring me peace. But being in retirement, man, I gained a lot of weight during the last few years just due to the stress. Now I'm getting back in shape and trying to do, be consistent and have time and tell myself, look, you've got time, you can do this. So, one of the things that I want to kind of know is, you know, do we give them away as gifts or do we sell the items that we make? And I have no intention of making $2 an hour on a product that, nobody appreciates but me or the people that actually make stuff. So, uh, that's one of the things is, you know, is it a hobby or is it a, business for you? Let me know in the comments. I just, and I know I posted this again on my Facebook, but uh, as a hobby, you give away a gift and people appreciate that because it's free. And they feel like you've made it specifically for them, especially if it's personalized. But, they, when you sell a product, they have a tendency to be much more critical. Um, of all the nuances, or I am at least. So, and my wife says that I'm my biggest critic. So when I look at something, we cannot say, "Well, here's a flaw and here's a flaw," because most people don't notice it. Um, when that's one of the areas that I wanted to talk about too was the value of time versus money. And I used a product called Bolden. I'm not affiliated in any way, and I'm not a tax professional or a professional um, investment guy, but I use Bolden. I'm a spreadsheet guy normally, and um, Bolden software is a web application that you can go and put all of your personal information in on, and it will give you the year by year of if you can retire or not. And I think for me, it gave me the big picture, a visual representation of whether I could or could not retire. And there's always working one more year. There's always, and I felt it too. I was going to say, hey, let's just do one more, just one more. I just need a little more. But the fact is, I got friends that are dropping, family that are dying. I want to be able to have some semblance of relaxation and retirement before the health issues start kicking in. So I think if I highly recommend it. Like again, I'm not affiliated, but Bolden to me was the game changer that allowed me to say, yeah, you can retire. Yeah, you're not going to be sitting on the beach every weekend, sipping Tahiti, mai tais in Tahiti, but it definitely gave me the chance to say, yeah, you have a little bit of you can make it with what you have, and that's important to me. So, one of the areas also that I'm looking at is what to do next. Right now, I've got an HDPE project. It's an outdoor sign that's going on that I'm trying to film and do at the same time, but um, I just had this urge to come up with a video and talk about retirement and the piece that I needed. It really is something that I think everyone needs a hobby to get them to relax and pull back and allow the stress to roll off your back. Because I can tell you, I was a stress monger, and I didn't realize it really until just recently. After I've recharged my batteries, and now I'm like, okay, now I'm normal again, like everybody else. But But now that I'm retired, I'm thinking deeper thoughts and, trying to get in touch with, um, peace. I think that's, an important thing. Anyway, I didn't mean to digress. The project that I've got going on is I've got this HTPE, an outdoor sign to do. I've got a inlay for my CNC. It's a walnut and maple inlay. I've also got a number of other things, but what do you want to see? I'm enamored by 3D printers and CNCs and woodworking and lathes, and I don't have a lathe, but I'm enamored by those things, and I like watching people um, be, create projects with them. So, what do you want to see? Do you want to see more woodworking or CNC or 3D print? Let me know down below, and I'll do my best to be able to create that content for you and see what we can do to, um, talk more about, the things and peaceful aspects of gift giving and retirement. All right. I appreciate it, guys. Talk to you soon.